Why do so many national debt relief companies fail in the state of Nevada? And how can a local law firm help you maximize state-specific rules? I'm going to share with you 5 Nevada-specific rules that out-of-state firms miss, and how a local Nevada attorney can help you maximize the benefits to protect you and your paycheck. Hi, I'm Judah Zakalik, founding partner of PandA Law Firm. At PandA Law, we help our clients get out of debt, giving them practical advice, spoken in plain language. We're looking forward to helping you. So now it's time for my legal disclosure. Understand, number 1, I'm not giving you legal advice. This is for informational purposes only. Also understand that laws vary state by state, and laws evolve, they change. So right now, I'm giving you Nevada-specific laws as of September 2025. So why does local matter? Every state has different legal procedures, they have different timelines, they have different participants. So they have judges, lawyers in that state region that act differently than judges and lawyers in other states. So it's important to know how those things may affect your case. We speak Nevada here at PandA Law, which just means we understand how these local factors affect what's going to happen in your debt resolution case. So let's talk about the 5 Nevada-specific rules, regulations that national law firms often miss that can affect your debt settlement resolution. Number 1, licensing and compliance. Most out-of-state firms don't know the specific rules that Nevada requires for debt collection companies, how they can contact you, how they must verify the debt, how long they must retain their records for. All these things affect their rights to collect. Non-compliance by these companies can lead to leverage from your local law firm to get you the best settlement possible. Number 2, every state has different rules as far as statute of limitations. A statute of limitation is the time period that a plaintiff, a creditor, has to sue you after your date of last payment. In Nevada, it's 6 years for a written agreement, 4 years for revolving debt. So if your creditor does not sue you within that time period, then they're time barred from suing you. Also, if they get a judgment against you and they don't renew it every 6 years, they're time barred from still being able to collect upon that. National debt settlement companies don't know this stuff because they're not local attorneys. We do at PandA. We use this often to get people out of debt with 0 money paid to the creditor. I just did it last week. Also, another thing to remember, if you're sued, most national debt settlement companies are going to drop you as a client. They're not going to represent you in that lawsuit, not even via settlement. Number 3, there are certain protections in Nevada from garnishment, what's called exemptions. In Nevada, creditors are only allowed to collect up to 25% of your net income. That's different than the federal exemption, which is 50 times whatever the minimum wage is. So Nevada often protects you greater than federal guidelines. And so you need a local attorney to talk to you about that, not a national debt relief company. Also, most national debt companies don't know that an out-of-state judgment first has to be domesticated in Nevada. They have to bring it to Nevada, start a Nevada lawsuit to then collect in Nevada. They don't know that, so they're gonna pay more on that out-of-state judgment than a local Nevada attorney will advise you to pay, especially if it hasn't been domesticated in the state. And then number 4, Nevada provides greater exemptions, protections for your property. Oftentimes your vehicle is protected fully. Also, your primary residence. Nevada has a $605,000 equity exemption, equity protection in your primary residence. Equity, loosely defined, is the property's fair market value minus any liens, mortgages, encumbrances, debts tied to that property. What's left over is called the equity. So if you have less than $605,000 of equity on your primary residence, that outside creditor cannot foreclose on that residence. They can put a lien on the property, but they cannot foreclose. So this is extra protection, which national debt settlement companies are not aware of. Local Nevada attorneys are. Number 5, court procedures, local counsel. As a local defense law firm, we know how quickly these creditor law firms are going to move forward with suing you. And we know what court procedures they use to sneak in a judgment without you knowing. So we're going to watch to make sure that they follow the proper procedure and understand what timelines they have to sue you and then collect. National debt companies will normally overestimate the amount of time that a creditor has to sue you, which means that you're going to think you have more time to settle this debt than you do, which will lead to you getting sued prior to that national company telling you you are going to get sued, which often forces people into bankruptcy. So let's avoid that on the front end. Understand that you're going to have less time than these national companies will tell you. A local attorney is going to give you the straight truth. Oh, and by the way, there's about half a dozen creditor law firms out here in Nevada. And guess what? I know all the managing owners, right? I know the managing attorneys. We go out to lunch, we talk on the phone on a daily basis. And so sometimes when I have to call in a favor to them and say, hey, look, my client needs a couple more days, couple more weeks to get this resolved, they're going to do it because they understand that we have a long-term relationship. So that's another benefit of using local attorneys that know other local attorneys, even when they're on the other side of the table. One other thing that I'd be remiss if I didn't say is, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. If you have debt problems, better to contact us earlier than later. Later leads to higher settlements that you're going to pay, leads to more stress, and perhaps leads to you getting garnished or your home being liened. So please contact us as soon as you have a debt issue. If you're pulling upon your savings to pay debt, if you're behind on your car payment or your mortgage because you're paying your credit cards, these are clear red flags that we need to do something about your unsecured debt now. Don't wait. Please drop any questions that you may have in the comments. If you have a private matter that you want to discuss with us, either email questions@pandalawfirm.com or visit pandalawfirm.com to set with one of our attorneys. It's going to be confidential, no pressure. We're just going to give advice.